Hello, and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. Let's go ahead and come on up to our feet. All right, we're going to start with our spinal cord breathing. You're going to bring your feet just underneath the hips. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Stand nice and tall up out of your hips, and then we're going to circle the arms around, bringing the forearms together, palms together, and then we're going to curl ourselves under, tucking the hips under, bowing the head down. And this is where we're going to start our inhale, and we're going to open and breathe in, lift the chest, lift the head, divide the arms, and peer up towards the ceiling or sky. Nice big inhale, and then on the exhale, reverse. Exhale it out, blow that air out of the lungs, tuck the chin in, round down. Spend about a minute here, cycling through, warming up the spine, getting some good blood flow and breathing into the body. Oxygenate your muscles and fully exhale out of the lungs. As much air as you can get out without feeling dizzy. Fill with air as you open. And 1 to 2 more. Pull that belly button in, tuck under as you curl forward. Last one. Lift open, lift the head to the sky, separate the fingers nice and wide, and go ahead and relax those arms down to the side. Very good. Walk your feet out nice and wide. As you finish your breath, bring those arms out to the side, and we're going to go from the breathing into our, my brain just went blank, our windmills, bowing forward, reaching towards the opposite leg. Long spine. Like, what do we call this thing? Not a toe touch, a windmill. Hinging those hips. Bowing down, standing tall, waking up those hamstrings. Look to reach just a little bit farther each time. Start at the level of the knee or so and working your way down. If you're pretty flexible and can reach those ankles, you can start to reach beyond the foot. Let's get about 1 to 2 more on each side. Very good. From there, we're going to walk the feet in just a little bit. Bring those arms up to overhead. Interlace the fingers. We're going into our side stretch next. So we're going to stretch up nice and tall out of the hips, and then grab your wrist and take it to the opposite side. Nice and steady here. Keep a nice solid stance in your legs, gripping the toes down. Couple breaths here, and then come on up. Same thing other side. Grab the wrist, taking it across. And as you breathe, try to breathe in and out through the nose and send the air into the area that's stretching. One more breath here. And release. Very good. We're going to go one more time each side. This time we're going to add a little rotation to it. So I'm going to side bend, and I'm going to turn that downside shoulder up towards the ceiling or sky, peering up as I rotate. Let's take about 2 breaths here. And unwind. Same thing other side. Side bend first, and then downside shoulder, rotate up, peering up, and 2 breaths here. Good, one more time. And release. Good job. Back to the top. Let's go ahead and step it out. Shake out those arms. There you go. A little side step arm swing here. As I rotate those palms back, or swing the arms back, I'm rotating the palms forward. There you go. All right, fantastic. From here, we're going to stretch out those quads. Place the foot down. Lift everything up to the midline. Practicing some balance here, or stand near a door or wall. Grab the foot, best as able, and standing tall. So we're avoiding that hip kick here. Keep lifting up. Ooh, there you go. Nice and smooth. Gripping the toes down. And 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release that foot. In between sides, we're going to step the feet out, and we're going to go inner thigh stretch. So reach those arms out as your counterbalance. Go ahead and take it into a little side lunge here, keeping the heels planted, driving the knee out nice and wide over the ankle. And then we'll come back to center. Same thing other side. We're going to go 2 to 3 times on each side. I like to reach those arms out to really encourage that chest to stay tall. We don't want to just drop our chest forward. So chest tall, taking it into that side lunge. Good. We're looking to lengthen that inner thigh. Switching sides when you're ready. Second time, second side on my end. I'm going to go one more time back and forth, and we'll come up for that opposite quad. Once you finish that, walk those feet in. Place one foot down, you're fine. Grab that foot and pull it back. Very good. I'm starting to think maybe I already stretched that side. Same to the other side. My bad. Hopefully you know what side you stretched. Good. Let's go another 10 seconds here. Just looking, I'm pulling the foot towards the glute. 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Fantastic. Shake that out. Opening the upper body next. Go ahead and step your left foot forward, right foot back. You're going to reach that right arm straight up in the air. Keep the ribs down. Pull the chin in. Bend that elbow. Reach around. Grab that elbow. And then take it into a side bend from there. Breathe into lengthen. Exhale into that side bend. Good. Really key here. Keep the eyes up, head up, looking straight ahead. Think about pulling that chin in, trying to lengthen through the neck. Good. About one more. And shake it out, release. Same thing, other side. I'm going to show from the side this time. So as much as we're opening up the upper body and the arm here, you can also think about kind of pushing that back hip forward, squeezing the glute of that trail leg, and then taking it to the side from there. Good. Up and down about 5 times. Oh, that feels good. I got a little bit of stiffness in that hip on my end today. I don't know if anyone else is feeling that. Breathe in and breathe out. Fantastic. Once you finish that, we're going to go behind the back stretch, and then we're going to take it down to the floor here very shortly. Interlace those hands behind you, straighten out those elbows, lift the chest, lift the arms, keep those ribs down, no arching. Root down into your legs, and as you'd like, forward bow here. Take it into a forward fold, holding strong through those legs, lifting those arms up to overhead. Now send your air into the back of the ribs. One more breath. And release. Good job. Come on up, shake it out. And we're going to make our way to the floor. So we'll kind of inchworm our way down, walk the hands out, coming all the way down to hands and knees. All right, so we're going to stretch out those forearms. We're going to go palms down, fingers point in towards you. Spread those fingers nice and wide as you place those hands down, and just ever so gently lean back. And then you're going to gently rock side to side. Got some midline core work here to start. Gonna be doing face down on our belly for Cobra or lying flies. Then we're gonna be doing some Renegade Rows, so some shoulder work in between. Go ahead and come off the hands that way. Just come on up and shake them out really quick. Shake those wrists, roll those wrists around. So you have even weights that you can support on from a plank for the Renegade Row. That's where you're gonna be in a plank and alternating arms. If you don't have the weights, fingers interlace, and we're gonna rotate side to side. Then you can do what we call a plank row, where you hold the plank and just lift one arm up and then the other. I'll demo that in just a minute. And then we're gonna come onto our backs for either a tabletop bridge or a glute bridge if that tabletop doesn't feel like a good position for you. All right, so let's grab a little drink of water now that we got the wrists warmed up. Get a little drink, and you're gonna want your weights if you're using them for the Renegade Row. We're gonna be doing 45 seconds on each exercise, 15 seconds in between each. And before we jump into it, I'm just gonna demo that Renegade Row before we start with the alterations. So, Renegade Row, you'll be holding a plank, midline nice and strong. You can do it from the knees as well. Elbow comes nice and high, alternating arms. If you don't have the weights, we call it a plank row, where you row the arms, alternating sides, okay? So first, we're gonna start with the lying fly, also known as the Cobra. So we're gonna start here in about 15 seconds. Just follow along with me. I'll take us through it as we go. So lying face down on your stomach, shoulder blades back and down, palms up towards the ceiling. 2, 1, and to start. We're gonna pull that chin in, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, and think about pushing the palms up towards the ceiling. Down and relax, up and lift, squeezing those glutes together, holding to the top 3 to 5 seconds, and then coming down when you're ready. Like I said, 45 seconds total. On this first round, I'm keeping my toes down on the floor. Later on, if you want to advance it, you can lift the legs as well. In the meantime, focus on the upper body. Keep that chin pulled in once you know the movement, looking straight down towards the floor, holding for 3 to 5 seconds, and then coming down and relaxing. Building that strength in the upper back, low back, hips. 2, 1, and relax. Good job. We're going to sink back, come into child's position for a moment, stretch out that upper body. Rock side to side. We'll have a little bit more of a conservative transition here on this first set, treating it like a warm-up. And then after you finish that child's position, if you're going to use weights, go ahead and grab them. 10 seconds till we start our first Renegade Row. And like I said, we're working for a full 45 here, so feel free to break it up as needed. 2, 1, here we go. So I place my feet a little bit wider than like a regular plank or push-up. I'm focused to hold my shoulders and my hips as level as possible. I'm bringing that weight up right about the level of the shoulder blade. So I want to think shoulder blade back and down and pulling that weight or your palm all the way up to the torso. It's good practice as well to try to pause and then come down and switch. Good. That's 30 seconds. If you want a little extra rest, you can rest there. Really key here to pay attention to the posture of the low back and hips. So we don't want those hips to drop down, causes some stress on that low back. So stay tight, stay strong, and 2, 1, and transition. Good job. Coming on to our backs. Tabletop is what's written. If you prefer to lie on your back for the glute bridge, that will work too. For the tabletop, I'm going to place my hands, trying to turn my fingers in towards my body. Pull those shoulders back, knees bent, feet flat, and then when you're ready, this is our tabletop. Lifting the chest, pushing those hips up and down, coming down to relax. Lift, nice broad chest position, and then controlling down. Good. Chin in, and looking straight ahead of you, trying not to overstretch the neck. Very good. And really key not to just sink into those shoulders. So lift up through those shoulders, breathe, and relax. Similar to that lying fly Cobra posture, you can hold for 3 to 5 seconds and then come down and lower. Give me one more here. Nice deep breath. Come on up. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Shake that out. Coming on back over to the front side. We're going to do just a little stretch in between sides. We're going to go back to that child's position, but now with a supinated hand. So that means little fingers together, palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your toes together, divide the knees. Like I said, little fingers together, and now rock those hips back. Drop the head down between the arms. Spend about 30 seconds here. Breathe and stretch. Really invite that upper body to open. You can also just gently rock your body side to side. Feel a little bit more stretch through the lats. 2, 1, and come on up. Fantastic. Feel free to grab a quick drink, and then we back onto our stomachs for those lying flies or cobras. 20 seconds till we start. All right. The warm-up's working. All right, this time, if you'd like to lift the feet off the ground, you can. Squeeze the glutes, lift the feet as well as the upper body. Otherwise, keep those feet down. And 2, 1, here we go. Palms up towards the ceiling. Chin in, lengthen from head to toe as you squeeze and hold. And then down and relax. And when you're ready, nice deep breath. Lift, squeeze, looking down towards the floor. I'm even pointing my toes, spreading the fingers. Just kind of imagine I'm Superwoman here, ready to fly off my mat. Down and relax. Nice deep breath. Squeeze and lift. If you want to go beyond 5 seconds this time, just kind of use your body as a guide. Keeping those muscles firing, no cramping in the back or no pinching in that low back. And then relax as needed. Maybe one more here. And up and squeeze, chin in. Really emphasizing shoulders down the rib cage, down the spine. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Renegade row next. Making your way to the weights. Alrighty. Place those right underneath the shoulders. Set the feet just outside the hips. And 2, 1, here we go. Nice high elbow position. You can pause in the top. Breathe smooth. Very good. Trying to tell you every 15 seconds here. There's our first 15 seconds. Elbow nice and high, trying to bring it above the torso, having as little shift as possible between the shoulders and the hips. There's our 30-second mark. We got another 15. Very good. Way to pause with that dumbbell against the torso. Wonderful. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Tabletop or glute bridge. If it feels like too much on the wrist, bring the upper body down and do that glute bridge instead. Otherwise, sitting nice and tall, place the hands, and 2, 1, here we go. Driving those hips up and forward, opening those shoulders. And you can play with the position of the wrist. Sometimes have the hands in. If it doesn't feel right there, you can turn them so that they're facing out or even back behind. See what feels most comfortable to your body. Shoulders back and down, driving those hips high. Very nice. This tabletop really challenges the upper body as well as opening those hips. We're over 30 seconds in. Just a couple more. Very nice. As you're doing those glute bridges, same idea, just holding at the top. And last one, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let's hang out on the back just for a second. Stretch out that low back bit on this round, hugging those legs into the chest. Gently rocking yourself side to side for double knee to chest. Very good. If that feels good there, take the arms out to the side and 2 knee twists next. Both legs come one way. Look over your opposite shoulder. And then up and across. Same thing other side. Bringing the legs over. Turning your gaze the other direction. Very good. Let's go one more time each way. And we'll make our way back over. We've got one more round of this circuit. All right, well done. Finish that out. Turn it on over. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Third and final round of our lying flies or Cobra. So on the belly, palms up, chin in, and 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lift off. Lifting up off the mat. Breathe as you squeeze. And then down and relax. 2, 1, up and hold. Just kind of find your own cycle here. You know your body better. Don't have to follow me. Holding for roughly 5 seconds, maybe upwards of 10 seconds if it feels appropriate. Making sure the muscles are doing the work to hold your body up. You don't want to rely on those joints. That's when we start to kind of compress that low back. So fire the bum. Spread your body from head to toe. We're over 30 seconds in. We got 10 seconds left. Hold and breathe. Really trying to push those palms up to the ceiling. And 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Coming on up, getting ready for those Renegade Rows, final round. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Step those feet a little bit wider. 2, 1, here we go. Alternating arms. Once you know that move, look right between the hands. I'll keep an eye on the watch. And a good practice here as well is you can think about not just pausing at the top, but trying to put it down quietly on the ground. It's really easy to kind of just hammer it down. Instead, try to just set it down gently. Have control all the way through that motion. Very good. There's our first 30 seconds. Got 15 more to go. Remember to keep those hips nice and high. Ideally level to the shoulders best you can. Maybe one more each arm. And 2, 1, and rotate. Very good. Tabletop or glute bridge. Rolling over, taking it back. Bring those shoulders back and down. I'm going to show the glute bridge this round. Bend those knees, feet flat. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Driving those hips up. Squeezing the bum. And relax down. Really try to engage not just the glutes, but also think about kind of contracting all the different muscles of your pelvic floor. You can imagine if you were like going to the restroom, trying to go pee, and you had to kind of stop the flow. Those are the muscles of the pelvic floor, so you can squeeze those as well. We want to keep those guys strong. Whether you're old or young, we just want to keep them strong. We're over 30 seconds in, right about 10 seconds left. Chin in, lengthen the back of that neck. It's one that we don't get in the tabletop. And last time, up and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. And all done there. Fantastic. Alrighty, on the back, lengthen out your left leg, pull your right knee towards that right shoulder, and actively divide the thighs here as you roll this ankle around on the right leg. Circle it around about 5 times, and then switch directions, taking it the other way. Fantastic. From here, we're going to go into the glute stretch. Take that knee of the right leg and gently sweep it across the body, pulling it towards the left shoulder. Looking to get that stretch in the lateral glute here. And you can either hold that position or you can start to glide the leg up and down, looking for any stiff areas. Very good. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg, pull the left knee towards the left shoulder, actively drive that right thigh down. And now we'll give some love to the ankle on the left. No jumping or anything like that today, but still great to give some love to the ankles. Keep them all moving. Got lots of bones of the foot down there. When you're ready, sweep that left leg across to the right shoulder. Saying hello to the glute on that left side. Again, you can either hold it in that static position if you find a good spot, or once that spot feels like it lengthens, you can start to glide the leg up and down, looking for any stiff areas. We're getting ready for some single leg deadlift work next, or some single leg balance if you don't quite feel ready for that deadlift. All right, going to release this left leg. We want to open up that hip a little bit more, so we're going to go figure 4 stretch next. Right foot crosses over the left thigh, and then reach between the legs and hug that left thigh into the chest. Ooh, hello. Had some beautiful spring weather here, so I've been going out and doing some walking and a little bit of running again. I used to run all the time, so it feels good to start to get back into it. But boy, do I feel it in my hips when I do. Couple more breaths here, and then we'll switch sides. 2, 1, release when you're ready. Same thing, opposite leg. Left foot crosses over that right thigh and hug that side in. And we're going to be alternating single leg deadlift or single leg balance, like we mentioned, with a 3-legged plank. Or if you don't quite feel ready for a 3-legged plank, that means 2 feet and 1 arm, then please hold a regular forearm plank. Good job. Keep hugging us in. And like I said, like anything, I'll demo when we get there. Couple more breaths on this hip. 2, 1, and let's go ahead and release there. Fantastic. Alrighty. So make our way back up. If you want to take some time into down dog or anything on your way back up, please feel free. Otherwise, when you come up, let's grab a little bit of water. And we're gonna kind of get started in this next piece here shortly, about 30 seconds till we start. We're gonna be doing a single leg deadlift on your left leg. I'm gonna show with no weights initially, and then I'll hold a little bit of weight on the later rounds. All right, so 15 seconds till we start. I'm gonna be demoing on my right leg. Okay, you'll be on your left so we can mirror each other. If you don't quite feel ready for the hinging pattern, then you'll practice the balance just like so. Watch him to have that hip drop. All right. Otherwise, that single leg deadlift in 2, 1, here we go. So we're gonna lift everything up towards the ceiling. Coming onto one leg, we're gonna bow forward, back foot points towards the floor. A little bit of balance check and then standing straight up. Let me show the opposite side. Toe points down, reaching down. I'm looking to have the thigh level with my torso. So we don't want to just kind of slouch down as we bow forward. We're really intentional here, stretching from head to toe as we bow. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We're going to come right down to our 3-legged plank. So what that's going to look like, you can either be on one arm here, or you can be down on your forearm. I'm just going to take my non-working arm and rest it behind my back. 3, 2, 1. Join me if you haven't. If you don't feel ready for 3, then just stay on all 4. Holding strong here, nice and tight. We're going for 30 seconds. Hips and shoulders level. That's 20 seconds. Breathe, holding strong. 5 seconds left. I didn't pick the best position to see the clock. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Coming right back up to your feet. And we'll have a single leg deadlift now on your right leg. About 20 seconds to transition. You're going to place the foot down of your right leg so the toes pointing straight ahead. Breathe in, lift everything up like you're pulling up towards the ceiling. And 2, 1, here we go. Bowing forward, reaching down for the floor, and standing tall. I like doing this one without my shoes on. I feel like I can grip my toes down a little bit better. Activates the arch of the foot. Driving that thigh up as I reach forward. Woo! Keep those hips as level as you can, about 10 seconds left. Bowing forward, drive through that heel of your right foot, and maybe one more. Over, and coming on up. Fantastic. Resting there, coming back down for that 3-legged plank. 3 arm, 3 legs, however you want to see it. So either palms or forearms. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Supporting on all 3, taking one behind the back, or you can just kind of reach it out, hover it, however you like. You can see there's a tendency to kind of turn the hips away towards the side you're balancing on. So think about if you're on your right hand supporting, think about bringing your left hip down towards the floor. It tends to spin away. Almost there. Keep breathing. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We're going to take 30 seconds. And then we'll start set 2. Woo! You want to hold a little bit of weight this time for the single leg deadlift. Otherwise, just focus on good movement patterns. 10 seconds. We're going to start on your left leg. I'll be on my right. I like to hold the weight in the opposite hand. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Fire that glute, driving that back thigh up as you bow forward, and then nice and smooth the stand. Making sure we're not locking the knee out of that support leg. Have just a little bend in the knee, so we're not hyperextended. Gripping the toes, bowing down, and stand tall. Good. Great control there. Over and up. If you are holding a weight, you're looking to place it down right beside the ankle of the support leg. And rest. Good job. Down to the floor, 3-legged plank. That was a left leg. Now we're going to support on your left arm. I'll be on the right. Going up in 5. I'm going to come down to the forearm this time. And 2, 1, here we go. Remember, we're going to avoid that rotating away. So think shoulder down, Try to keep as level as you can, as if you're on all four limbs. Very good. If you are on that outstretched hand, I didn't say it last time, make sure your elbow is not hyperextended. So really grip those fingers down and leave a little play in that elbow. Good, almost there. Breathe and hold. And 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Good job walking it up. We'll take about 20 seconds, and then we'll be on your right leg. Halfway through round 2. All righty, going in 5. Standing tall, holding the weight in your left hand if you choose. 2, 1, and begin. Long spine, bowing forward, controlling down, stand smooth. Very good. Back toe points down towards the floor. Keep those hips really level. Every time you stand up in between, lift back up towards the ceiling. So you want to have a good base of support. We're not just collapsing into the hip. Good. 10 seconds left. Focus, hinge, and stand. Maybe one more. Bowing forward, gripping those toes, and rest. Fantastic. 3-legged plank on your right arm. I'll be on my left. Again, either up on the palm or I'm going on the forearm for round 2. Set those feet just outside the hips. 2, 1, and begin. Either go hand behind the back, or if you want a little bit closer, you can just hover it over the ground, press it down whenever you need. Lifting up out of that support shoulder. Breathe. Very nice. Keeping as level and as strong as you can. Very impressive, crew. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Ooh, let's come into a little bit of down dog on your way up this time. If you are still down there. We're going to take about 30 seconds, and then we'll be into our 3rd and final round. Woo. Great job. After this, we've got a 10-minute breather. 10 minutes of work to finish, but let's stay focused here. We're going to go in 10 seconds. Last time on your left leg. Alrighty, place that left foot down, grip the toes, lift everything up towards the sky. 2, 1, here we go. Bowing forward, little bend in that knee, but really staying planted through the heel as you bow forward. There you go. Drive that back thigh up, toe points down. Ooh, smooth the stand. Hinging over, down, and up. Sorry, phone call. Maybe the last one here. 3, 2, 1, and transition. Good work. Plank on your left arm. Let me go back to supporting on the hand this time. If that forearm felt good for you, then just stick with that. All right, going in 5. If you are on the palms, splay those fingers nice and wide and begin. Staying as level as you can. Just a little bend in that elbow. So I don't want to, especially if you're hypermobile, you know how to lock out those elbows. Keep a little play there. Good job. Keep bringing that non-supporting side down. We tend to rock away from that side, so stay as level as you can. We're almost done. 3, 2, 1, and done on that side. Walk it up. Last time on that second leg. Should be your right leg. I'm on my left. Very good. Grip those toes down of your support leg. Lift everything up, shoulders back. 2, 1, and begin. Bowing forward. Ooh. Find that balance. Nice and smooth to stand. Yep, reaching down. Standing smooth. Remember, every time you come up, lift up out of the hips. Over, over, over. And stand. Almost there. Control down and up. Let's go one more. Whew. Lost the balance on my end. Just laugh at yourself if you mess up. Finish that rep. And final transition into the planks. Alrighty, supporting on your right arm, I'll be on the left. And going in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Final of the three-legged planks. Staying tight, staying strong. Breathe. Keep that non-supported side down. So we're not trying to rotate away. Keep everything as level as you can. Chin in, nice and smooth. 10 seconds to go. Breathe through that body shake. 2, 1, and rest. All right, stay down here for a second. We're going to stretch it out from the floor. Toes together, knees divide. One more time in a child's position. Reach those hands out. Drop those hips back. Drop the head down. Send the air into the back of the rib cage. Nice deep breaths into the nose, into the back, and out through the nose as well. Best you can. Couple more breaths. And last one. Very good. Go ahead and come on forward. On all fours here, you're going to bring one hand behind the head, and we're going to go 7 of our mid-back rotations. You're going to bring the elbow towards the opposite elbow, lifting up out of that support shoulder, peering up towards the ceiling. Down and up. Breathe in as you come down. Exhale as you come up. A few more. Pausing that open position, get a nice rotation through the mid-back. Couple more. Last one. Very good. Same thing other side. Place that hand down. Other hand behind the head, elbow to elbow, lift and peer up through the ceiling. Got a little bit of overhead work coming up next. Breathe in, breathe out. Roughly 7 reps here. One to 2 more. Good, last one. And release. Ah, fantastic. All right, we're gonna open up the inner thighs and then we're gonna make our way back up to our feet, get ready for our last series. So with the hands beneath the shoulders, let's go ahead and kick one leg out to the side, and now we're just gonna rock the hips back towards the opposite heel. Drop that head down, rock forward, and rock back, reaching those arms out. Get roughly 3 to 5 here. And just notice of the outstretched leg, I'm not up on the side of the foot. I'm trying to grip the pad of the foot down to the floor. That will help to strengthen, not strengthen, but stretch out the lateral part of the lower leg as well. Sometimes people will feel it there first. And same thing, other side. Very good. Knee in, kick it wide, and gently rock it back. Breathe in as you rock forward. Exhale as you rock back. Couple more. We've got 4 movements in this last piece. A kettlebell deadlift or a dumbbell deadlift, anything you have. Followed by a push-up. Followed by a squat. Followed by shoulder to overhead. And the reps are going to build upon each other. So it's going to be 10 minutes to cycle it. You'll start with 1 rep of each, then we'll go 2 reps of each, 3 reps of each, and you'll just continue that pattern until time expires. You can move at your own pace, or you can follow me. Let's go ahead and make our way back up to our feet. We're gonna do a couple more stretches to get ready for this last piece, and then we'll get into it. First thing I wanna do is revisit a little toe touch. And we're gonna do a crossover toe touch. So you're gonna take your left foot, cross it over in front of the right, chin in, and now we're just gonna bow forward, get a nice stretch in the lateral part of the hip. Drop the head down. You may feel it in the lateral hip. I actually currently feel it in the more in the hamstring of the leg that's behind me. When you're ready, go ahead and come on up and then cross over the opposite foot. Uncross that one, cross over the other, stand tall out of the hips, and then gradually bowing forward, reaching down for the toes. If your balance is tough, this is a challenging one, so just be patient. Just changes a little bit from a normal toe touch, and then stand from there. All right, and then let's warm up a couple squats. So set those feet about hip width apart, send those hips back, reach the arms out, drive the knees nice and wide, nice and smooth. And on this workout, I'm gonna hold some dumbbells as I squat. If you prefer, we call it an air squat, or you also can call it like a body squat. If you prefer not to hold weights, that's totally fine as well. And then I'm gonna use the same weights that I'm squatting with to do my shoulder to overhead. So I'll already have the weights in my hand. All right, so let's go ahead and warm up a couple deadlifts. I'm gonna do a couple of this lighter weight, and I'm gonna get a little bit heavier weight for the workout. So I'm gonna recommend a sumo deadlift. If that means the weights between the legs. If you have two weights on each side, you could do a regular conventional deadlift or a suitcase deadlift with the hands outside the legs, feet a little bit closer. Otherwise, standing tall, bowing forward, chin in, push the legs, stand straight up. Just similar to what we did on the single leg, now on two. All right, so that's the deadlift. Going to get any weight you'd like, bring that around. On the push-ups, we tend to see a lot of funky things with the upper body and the elbows. I'd like to have it where you come all the way down to the chest. If you're not quite ready to do that on the floor, you could also do an elevated push-up. You can use a chair, box, a wall, elbows in towards the side, chest comes down, avoiding that drop of the hips, and then driving straight away from there. We don't want the elbows to go wide, so keep them more in towards the body and then drive up from there, okay? Push-up, deadlift, push-up, squat, and dip and drive as needed, or just a straight press for our overhead press. All right, friends, we're gonna start here in about 20 seconds. Like I said, we're gonna be working for 10 minutes. So if you're not quite sure what we're doing, you can just watch me and get plenty of time to catch on. I'm gonna be circling through. All right, everybody, starting with the deadlifts in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Chest nice and tall, bowing forward, squeeze the glutes, lower it down. Just one rep there. Then we go one push-up. Place the hands underneath the shoulders or elevated position, coming down, midline tight, pushing up. One push-up. From one push-up, we go to one squat, with or without weights. Weights up to the shoulders if you are holding weights, squatting down and stand. After the squat, overhead press. That's set one. Now I'm going to go back and do it with twos. So back to the deadlift. Squeezing the glutes. Do it twice this time. From 2 deadlifts to 2 push-ups. Display the hands. And if you're someone that like gets the rhythm of this, just wants to move on your own, you could also mute me and just move at your own tempo. Otherwise, I'll kind of keep talking you through it. After those 2 push-ups, we're going to 2 squats, with or without the weight. Sinking down, weight through the heels, everything nice and strong. After 2 squats, 2 overhead press. You could go no legs, or as it gets tough, I'll do a third there. You can dip and drive, push up to overhead. All right, we're a minute and a half in, moving into the round of 3. So now you should kind of understand how we're moving, how we're working. 1 of each, 2 of each, now on to 3 of each. Try not to rush too much between movements unless you feel really confident with what you're doing. Otherwise, make sure you get into good position, have nice, strong movement patterns. Anytime you need to stop and take a break, by all means. So it basically goes lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body. Deadlift, push up, squat, overhead press. Nice work. Continue to breathe. Move with control. 3 squats, 3 overhead presses. Everything nice and tight. Pushing straight up. Whew. Very good. Got my little cheat sheet over here. Keep track of where we're at. 2.5 minutes in, so 1/4 of the way through the workout. Starting the round of 4. Long spine on the deadlifts. Chin in. Nice and smooth. Very good. From deadlifts to push-ups. Anytime you want to take a round off, you can always join me back when you're ready, either with the reps you were on, or, you know, it's all just fitness here. It's nothing for score. So if you want to skip around and then join me when you're ready, you know, every once in a while you'll get an extra rep if you're following me. My counting and talking skills. Fantastic. I'm on to 4 squats, everybody. Once we get into the rhythm, I might start to pick up the tempo a little bit. So feel free just to stick with what you know, what works for your body. From 4 squats to 4 overhead presses. Keep those ribs tucked down as you press up to overhead. So you want to avoid sway of the back. All right. From the round of 4 to the round of 5, we're 3.5 minutes in. Squeeze the glutes as you stand. Long spine as you hinge. There you go. Keep those shoulders back and down. Bend those knees as you lower. Good. Deadlift to push-up. Midline tight. A good way to kind of progress the push-ups as well. If you're not quite ready to come up on the toes, you can come down on the toes and then up on the knees. You want to really try to avoid peeling the body off the ground. Oh, I'm sorry. Really messing up on my alarms and phone today. All right. Good job. Where were we? 5 squats. We're almost halfway, everybody. We're 4:40 into the workout. Keep that breathing going. Take a rest and water break anytime you need. Nice and smooth. Great job. From 5 squats to 5 overhead press. Awesome. Just over halfway now. We're at 5:10 into the workout. We're moving for 10 minutes total. Into the round of 6, tall chest, hinging at the hips. Push through the legs as you squeeze the glutes. Very nice. There's 6 there on the deadlifts. Push-ups next. On those push-ups, grip those fingers down. Spread the fingers nice and wide, avoiding that arch to the back. Trying to go chest to the floor and driving up from there. Remember, there's always the up on the toes option. Excuse me, up on the knees. You want to have your body as nice and rigid like a board, trying to avoid any peeling of the body off the floor. Good job. From push-ups to squats. Nice work. Moving smooth, moving strong. Seeing how far we can get in 10 minutes. From 6 squats to overhead press. That strict press is starting to tire. Add the legs. Dipping down into the heels, driving the knees out. Chest tall as you drive to overhead. Woo! All right. Just over 3 minutes to go. I think we can finish the round of 8 here. Staying tall. Here's 7. Good. Keep that breathing consistent. Shoulders back and down. Nice and strong. From deadlifts to push-ups. Holding tight. Good. Remember not to wing those elbows wide. Keep them backing in. Once you know what you're doing, look right between the hands. Good. From push-ups to squats. We're into the final quarter, less than 2.5 minutes left. Take a break anytime you need. You choose when to push, you choose when to rest. Use your body as a guide. Whew. Shake it out before I go overhead this round. All right. 7 shoulder to overhead. Good. Whew. All right, 90 seconds left. See how far we can get into the round of 8. Standing tall, chin in, and breathe. Very good. There you go. From the deadlifts to the push-ups. This will be my last set of push-ups. You're moving at a similar pace to me. Probably the same for you. Coming all the way down. Everything tight as you drive. Woo. Fantastic. From the push-ups to the squats. We got 30 seconds left. So a little bit more than. Good job. I'm gonna finish out this round of 8. 15 seconds. Good, almost done. 3, 2, 1, and all done. Woo! Here's our round of applause. Whether you got to the round of 5, round of 10, round of 8, good work. Virtual high fives, nice work. All right, let's walk it out, grab some water. Finish with a couple stretches. All right, friends. We're gonna come on down to the floor. Do a seated hamstring stretch, and then a little seated twist. Sitting nice and tall, pull one leg in, extend that other one, and just gently bow forward. Remember on these stretches, you just want it to be a gradual stretch. Doesn't need to be super intense. I'm working the bottom of my foot as I do this. My arch of my foot just a little bit irritated. So just like to dig around in there, loosen it all up. You can do a lot for your own body, just kind of feeling around, seeing where it's stiff. Switch legs when you're ready. Bring that leg in, extend the opposite side. Sitting nice and tall out of those hips as you just lean forward. Again, enough to feel a stretch, not so intense that you want to wince. The hard part's done. Now we're just doing a little cool down stretch. Breathe here. And if you want to talk a little bit about the bottom of the foot, one of the things I like to do when I kind of grab onto the bottom of the foot, whether it's in this stretch or just a regular position, everyone can reach their foot here, but I'll just find a tender area and kind of grip onto it with my fingers, and I curl my toes and lift my toes, and curl the toes and lift the toes. And that just helps all those muscles, tendons, all the fibers there. Kind of helps break them loose and give some relief to any tension in the bottom of the foot. So you can just kind of hold on and grip the toes and lift the toes, curl the toes and lift the toes. All right. And let's go butterfly stretch. Bottoms of the feet together. Sit nice and tall. And either just stay tall or you can just gently bow forward if you'd like. Tall chest though. We don't want to be hunched forward here. Get those shoulders back and down. Lengthen through the spine. And breathe. Good job. All right, from butterfly, we're gonna finish with a little seated twist here. So let's start, take your right leg, extend it straight out, and then take your left leg, you're gonna step it over your right. So start by sitting tall and hugging that leg in, gently starting to turn towards your left. Hold this one first. We're gonna hold about 15 seconds here. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper into the twist, you can try to work your elbow on the outside of the knee, and you can also take your opposite hand and walk those fingers around, turn the head, emphasize how tall you can sit up out of the sit bones as you peer over that shoulder. Just nice, smooth breathing here. Couple more breaths. And release. Good job. Same thing, opposite side. So extend your left leg, take your right foot, cross it over the left. Start by hugging that left thigh in. Sitting tall, holding it in towards the chest. There you go. Nice, smooth breathing. Love seeing you outside. Those of you taking in the sunshine, a little too chilly here today. If you'd like to go deeper into that stretch, work that hand on the outside. You can try to work that elbow on the outside of the knee. Stay long and tall. Keep breathing. Make sure you're turning the head, trying to peer over your right shoulder. Let's go 2 more breaths. And release. Fantastic. All right, everybody, that concludes our hour today. Feel free to add anything else that your body may be asking for. Try to learn how to tune into your body, see what it's saying. Try to keep your movement and your stretches to not just happen when you're in a structured class setting or watching a recorded video, but throughout the day, you want to incorporate it into your life. If you notice you're feeling a little bit stiff, that's a cue for your body that's like, hey, I need to move. Maybe you need to get up out of the chair, twist your body around, reach up to overhead. Just start to learn, what is my body asking for? Otherwise, stay hydrated, stay healthy, and create some joy in your day. Hope to see you next time.